Oh, Sucker Punch, it has been far, far too long, but the highly anticipated Ghost of Tsushima has finally gotten a release date, and it is coming out very soon. The first half of 2020 looking insane for PlayStation 4 gamers. We've got Last of Us Part 2 in May, and now we know Ghost of Tsushima is coming in June 26th to be exact. So back-to-back months of absolute insanity in terms of major game releases. I think this is a great release date, just because you do avoid releasing this game too close to the PlayStation 5. Now you're getting the game out a little bit before that, a couple of months. Everybody's still going to be invested into the PS4, and Ghost of Tsushima is going to be one of those games that everybody is going to be all over. We got a huge info drop today. I'll be talking about the game, give you guys all the info, and just some general information about the game as well, because at this point, maybe some of you guys have missed out on some information about the title or whatever the case may be. It's a highly anticipated game by some, but for some of you guys, maybe you're not aware of all of the details, and you absolutely should be. So let's go over all of the information that rolled out today. In a PlayStation blog, Ghost of Tsushima out June 26th, collectors and digital deluxe editions detailed. Andrew Goldfarb, the communications manager over at Sucker Punch, had an in-depth post. And along with that, you can watch the new story trailer and feast your eyes on the newly revealed special collectors and digital deluxe editions of the game. Ghost of Tsushima is coming to PS4 on June 26th. It is so exciting to finally be able to announce our release date, and even better than it's just a few months away. We can't wait to share the world with what we've created. Today, we revealed a brand new trailer that showcases our hero Jin Sakai. In the past, we've shown the world around Jin, but this time we wanted to give you a taste of the people he meets along his journey and the scale of the threat that forces him to transform into a new kind of warrior. While you'll catch glimpses of several of Jin's allies and enemies in today's trailer, there are two things we want to focus on in particular. Again, this is all in the PlayStation blog post. The first is Jin's uncle Shimura, the Jito Lord of Tsushima and a father figure to Jin. He's trained Jin since childhood in the traditional ways of the samurai and grows increasingly concerned by the tactics Jin starts to adopt as he abandons his teachings and becomes the ghost. The second important character we're highlighting today is Khotun Khan. The Khan is the leader of the invading Mongol army and a ruthless, cunning enemy who uses everything he knows about the samurai to try to destroy them. He's a brutal, unrelenting adversary that Jin will quickly learn not to underestimate. Beyond our new trailer, we also have multiple editions of Ghost of Tsushima to reveal today. A pre-order of any edition, including the launch edition at select retailers, gets you some bonuses. A Jin avatar, a digital mini soundtrack featuring select songs from the game, and by the way, the soundtrack to this game, I don't even know how to describe it, but it is phenomenal. I think in regards to everything coming out about Ghost of Tsushima, yes, the game has incredible visuals. Yes, the gameplay looks great. Yes, it looks like it has a very emotionally moving story. I really hope that the soundtrack gets the credit that it deserves, because it is really setting the tone and the tempo for the overarching design of the game, and that is incredibly exciting. If you want to go full digital, you can now pre-order Ghost of Tsushima at the PlayStation Store. You'll also find our digital deluxe edition, which includes a digital copy of the game, along with the Hero of Tsushima skin set, which provides an additional in-game horse, saddle, mask, sword, and armor set for Jin. The digital deluxe edition also includes two in-game items, the Charm of Hachiman's Favor and one technique point, as well as Samurai PS4 dynamic theme. There's also a digital mini art book by Dark Horse, plus our director's commentary, in which our creative team sits down with a renowned Japanese historian to look at the world of Ghost of Tsushima and how it compares to the real-life events that inspired it. And if you guys don't know, Sucker Punch went above and beyond to really get the details and the finer points of this game's world down. They visited various locales, and they put an incredible amount of attention to detail to the specific locales that you'll actually be visiting. And that really shines through in the entirety of the game. The digital deluxe edition will be $69.99 USD, $89.99 CAD, so that's something to bear in mind. We also have two physical edition options. The first is our special edition, which includes a steelbook case plus a voucher for an in-game Hero of Tsushima mask and sword skin, Charm of Hachiman's Favor, one technique point, the director's commentary, and the digital art book. That will be available for $69.99, and I have to say the steelbook case looks absolutely awesome. That might be a selling point to some some people as far as the special edition goes, but this is only $10 more than the regular edition, and obviously they have the super duper, you know, if you want to go big, buy this edition, and that is the collector's edition. But the set I am most excited to get my hands on is our collector's edition, which has a replica mask. It's a recreation of one you'll wear in the game, and it's heavy, made from polyresin. It's not meant to be worn, but it includes an individually numbered display stand so you can keep it on a shelf to impress your friends or terrify your enemies. On top of that, there's also a Sashimono, a war banner, just like you'll see in the game, that's nearly 4.5 feet long, and a traditional style furoshiki wrapping cloth. You'll also get a copy of the game with a steel bookcase that was just mentioned, a physical 48-page mini art book by Dark Horse, and that should be rather good. The art in this game is fantastic. Dark Horse always does good work as far as bringing a lot of the art in video games in a comic book style and in an art book, so that's going to be great. And an artistic rendition of our full world map printed on cloth, which should be an awesome collectible. Also included is a voucher for all of the digital content from the digital deluxe edition listed above. So obviously this is the heavy hitter edition. This is going to be $169.99, $170, and then $220 Canadian. So relatively expensive, but that is if you want to go all in. Personally speaking, I am very surprised by the release date. I thought this was going to be coming a little bit later on. We know, like, I keep mentioning this thing about not releasing PlayStation 4 games around the time of the PS5. I just think it's a little advantageous for you not to do it. However, it's not going to be the end of the world by any stretch of the imagination. Dark Souls 2, that's a game that sold very, very well, and it actually came out like 6 months or 4 months after the release of the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and it originally dropped on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, so it's not a big deal. It's not world-ending by any means, but I think for Sony, they're definitely going to want to put all of their promotional muscle on the PlayStation 5 by September, October time, so ideally you would want to get the heavy hitter exclusives out the gate before then, and with a June 26th release date, you're giving people ample time to enjoy their summer, enjoy Ghost of Tsushima, and let me add that fact, how great is it that we're going to get a massive open world game like this during summer break? For a lot of you guys, you're going to be away, you're going to be off from school, college, whatever the case may be, and you can chill out and play Ghost of Tsushima. Hell yeah! After all of those summers where we were getting lackluster releases, I mean, last year we did get Judgment, and that was a great summertime game. However, Ghost of Tsushima, for me, a big budget exclusive like this, that is so very exciting, and I cannot wait to get my hands on this. And the crazy part about it is end of May, we've got The Last of Us Part 2. A month later, we've got Ghost of Tsushima. If you're talking about shortest window of time for major PlayStation 4 exclusive to be released from one another, I think that's the quickest turnaround we've had. I think we also had a 1-month window between Bloodborne and Ratchet & Clank. Actually, I'm wrong about that. Bloodborne was 2015, Ratchet & Clank was 2016. Guys, it's hard to get the release windows of games that released years ago right, but if you're talking about games that released so quickly from one another and being first-party big-budget exclusives, this might be the quickest since PlayStation 3 days. Because I remember there was some insanity with the PlayStation 3 where some years I felt like they were releasing too many games and they kind of conflicted with one another, if you guys understand what I'm saying. There was like that one year where Ratchet & Clank: A Crack of Time came out right around the time of Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, and that was just crazy. Two insanely good games right next to each other, but I'm getting off on a tangent as I sometimes do. Ghost of Tsushima's PlayStation Store page is also up right now, and it notes it's the late 13th century and the Mongol Empire has laid waste to entire nations in its campaign to conquer the East. Tsushima Island is all that stands between mainland China and a massive Mongol invasion. As the island burns in the wake of the first wave of the assault, samurai warrior Jin Sakai resolves to do whatever it takes to protect his people and reclaim his home. Beyond war, ancient beauty endures. Uncover the hidden wonders of Tsushima in this open-world action-adventure. The rise of the Ghost forge a new path and wage an unconventional war for the freedom of Tsushima. Mud, blood, and steel. Challenge opponents with your katana for an immersive samurai combat experience. Master the bow to eliminate distant threats and develop stealth tactics to ambush enemies. Game does note 50GB minimum save size, so that is interesting, and obviously it is single player only, so cannot wait for Ghost of Tsushima. And like I mentioned at the top of this video, Sucker Punch, it has been too long. I know you guys have been hard at work on this game, but the last time you released a major game was all the way back in 2014 with Infamous Second Son. They're creating something big budget, so I give them a lot of credit here. A 6-year development window for a game game of this magnitude is kind of to be expected, especially it being a new IP, being as grandiose of a game that it is. But hopefully, after Ghost of Tsushima releases, and I'm sure it's going to be received very well, people will once again start looking at Sucker Punch, or maybe even for the first time, because I talk about a Naughty Dog, I talk about From Software being elite in game development. Hey, I put Sucker Punch right up there with those guys. They've done some amazing games. And maybe from a Metacritic standpoint, their games haven't been as well received as a Naughty Dog title, Naughty Dog titles, I should say, but from my personal standpoint, Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus, Sly 2 Band of Thieves, Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves, Infamous 1, Infamous 2, Infamous Second Son, Infamous First Light, and now Ghost of Tsushima, they've done some tremendous games. I know a lot of you guys, maybe Infamous Second Son was the only Sucker Punch game you've played, and to me, I don't know this to be factual or anything, but to me, that game did come across as a little bit of a rush job. They wanted to get the game out, a big budget open world game like that, early on in the PlayStation 4's life. I think that game needed a little bit more time to cook in the oven. However, Infamous Second Son was still a great game, but then you go back and play Infamous 1 and Infamous 2, those games were tremendous, and if you go back and play those games, I think you really showcase how good narratives can be from Sucker Punch. Infamous 1's narrative was absolutely awesome. For any of you that go back and play it, I'm not going to give you guys any spoilers, but it was a tremendous game from a storytelling standpoint, and the gameplay was great as well. Infamous 2 was tremendous in that regard as well. That's why from a narrative standpoint, I think Ghost of Tsushima, with the foundation that's already been set, I think it is going to be a rather strong game. So June 26th is the date. Mark it on your calendars. That's going to conclude this video. Definitely sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. I want to hear what you guys think. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.